Hi guys, my name is Devin,
And I'm Melanie,
and we are the Fuquas, as you can tell. It's spelled Fuqua.
and this is Haunted as Fuck. All right, so we decided to do this because we both really enjoy paranormal, the paranormal. We like watching scary movies, we like watching ghost hunting videos. We follow a lot of creepy things.
Really, anything
Like,
scary we like.
yeah. Another thing that we wanted to do is try to experience everything for ourselves. I think with anything, watching is one thing, but actually doing it is completely different.
Yeah.
That being said, I am very much the believer of the two. I feel like I've had a lot of weird stuff happen to me throughout my life and my childhood, especially. I think it's very interesting that now we'll be able to just kind of play into that and see if we can make contact. um, I think also another thing that we definitely wanted to do is to try to be as honest and transparent. I think it's very easy that when you're watching stuff to just be like I don't know if that's real, you know, is that tampered? So transparency is also one of the things that we definitely want to aim for on our channel. So yeah, this is the skeptic.
So, as you just said, I am very much the skeptic. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I haven't had a lot of personal experiences with anything paranormal. I have had a few things happen to me in the past, but me being the way that I am, I'm pretty hard headed, and I always seem to find a logical explanation for it, even if there may not actually be. But so yeah, that's one of the big driving factors for me to want to start doing this. Is there's no better way to find out if it's real than doing it yourself, you know? So we're gonna dive off the deep end here and see what we can find, and maybe have some fun on the way as well. One of the main goals we wanted to try to achieve with this channel is be as involved with the community as possible. Of course, we have our own places that we want to go to and investigate and all that, but we think that it would be more fun to get involved with you guys and uh, be able to investigate places that you guys have seen or that you guys have heard about. Um, to me, that's just more fun rather than you guys just watching us over the screen, investigating all these popular places that everybody knows about and everybody goes to. But to us, like, that's all the same.
And we really want to try to focus on smaller places. Like you said, we don't want to do as much as the mainstream stuff as we can. For example, so an example of what we're wanting to do is if you guys know somewhere in your town or if you think your house might be haunted, leave us a comment, DM us. We also have an email set up, like reach out to us, and we would love to be able to go out to your town and have you film with us because what's a better representation of, oh, like now I definitely believe because I went on their channel and we definitely did some stuff and it was real. There was lights turning on and everything.
Yeah.
I think that community involvement and having you guys be a part of everything and be a part of every step.
Going based off of that, though, I really like that idea because I feel like it would be able to provide you guys with something that at least I feel like I never got. I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but um,
I think that also a lot of creators tend to stick to inviting other creators. So I think this is another way for us to be able to spread that curiosity and itch, I guess. We can scratch that itch real quick.
awareness of the
Awareness
paranormal.
of the paranormal and have you guys join us. I mean, it's a fun experience and the reason that we're doing this is because it's not the same thing watching it versus doing it. So why not bring you guys to be able to experience it too?
Yeah. And plus, we love meeting new people, so that would be a good opportunity for us to do that as well. So, with that being said, with us having you guys come along on our adventures, we do want to take a moment to talk about some of the lines that we don't want to cross. Uh, so that entails things that we don't ever want to do during our investigations. One of those things is mirrors. We definitely don't want to mess with anything like that during our investigations, um, especially like when you have multiple mirrors. So, more specifically, like no rituals or anything with mirrors. That's completely off limits. Another thing is Ouija boards. I don't ever want to mess with a Ouija board. That does not sound like fun to me. And I feel like that's really just an invitation to something evil.
Yeah, with that being said, you're definitely inviting something to use your energy. You're channeling basically, and for me that's where the scary movies go wrong, y'all. That's when people get got, and I'm not trying to get caught. One of the places that we're not really willing to go to is graveyards. I feel like they're very easy targets, I guess you could say. But for us personally, we've kind of come to the conclusion that cemeteries are mostly where people are resting. Um, with us channeling anything, we definitely want to try and stay as respectful as we can. Definitely don't want to disrespect anyone or
Yeah.
anything. Um, Especially because I mean that's still where people go for closure.
Yeah. And that's like the final resting place of all those people. So the last thing that we want to do is go and disturb that peace. The last thing on the list is during our investigations, we never want to try and get in contact with anybody in specific. Just like the Ouija boards, I feel like that's a big invitation to get in contact with something that you're not trying to contact. And I feel like most of the time that's going to be something evil, or just a energy trying to come through and pretending to be the person that you're trying to look for.
Just because it says it's Jessica doesn't mean it's Jessica.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the list of things that we
We
want to stay
won't,
away from.
yeah, that we won't do. So if you know a place in your town, let us know. With all that being said, we are going to take you guys along as we shop for all of our equipment. That way we can go back to being as transparent as we can with you guys. So come along with us and we'll see you shortly. We are on our way to our first stop. We're going to be running inside and grabbing some cat balls. The reason that we decided to go to just like a local store versus getting this one online or trying to find somewhere that has it specifically for ghost hunting is because we wanted to have some kind of control. For example, we don't know if maybe the ones that are made for ghost hunting are like more sensitive or have any kind of tinkering or anything. So we figured that if we went to the store and we got like an actual made for cats cat ball, maybe we'd be able to kind of compare and contrast and see any differences. So we're about to run inside and we'll see you guys in a minute.
Oh, here they are. Look at that. We got the cat balls. Motion activated flickering. Seems simple enough. We'll go ahead and grab these and we'll include them in our investigation.
I think we just found our first ghost. Come on. I don't know, you guys, I'm really scared. Make sure you get it on camera. Make sure you get it on camera. Hurry, hurry up.
So we just got to our second location. We're about to head inside in just a second to see if we can find that flashlight. I wanted to take a moment to give a little brief explanation as to how I feel about this method in particular. The way that the flashlight method works is they use those twist ones to turn it on and off. Uh, I'm kind of iffy on that because I feel like that you could really manipulate that pretty easily. So the way that they do it is they twist the end cap just enough to be right in between on and off. And then the idea is that when you set the flashlight down, that some energy, if there is something there, can go up and touch the flashlight just enough to, turn it on or off. The idea seems great, but I feel like I just said, that you could really manipulate that. Whether it's the ground is pretty unstable and somebody walks up to it and, hits the ground and it shakes the flashlight, or, somebody could bump something that the flashlight is sitting on and make it turn on that way. I don't know. I feel like it could be true, but we're going to go ahead and get the flashlight and include it in our investigation anyways, and we're going to try and be as transparent and honest with you guys as possible. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. We'll see you in a minute.
So, unfortunately, we weren't able to find everything that we were looking for in store. We ended up going to an additional like 2 or 3 places, and we weren't able to find the flashlights that we were looking for. One of our goals, as you guys know, is to try to be as authentic and transparent as we can be. So, we wanted to take you guys along on our little online shopping experience.
All right, guys, so here we are. We decided that we wanted to use the Ghost Stop website. The first item that we wanted to try to look for is the spirit box. So we'll go ahead and search that up. Once we load in here, you can see that there's a lot of different options. I'm not too familiar with most of these, but I have seen one in particular that a lot of people use, and that is the Spirit Box SP7 right here. So we'll just go ahead and go with that one. You can see that there's a lot of cool features right there on the front. Pretty simple and straightforward, it looks like. If we scroll down here, you can see a little bit more in depth about what it is and what it does, how it functions. You can pretty much see the basics here. Like, you hear voices and sound coming through the static. And if you scroll down a little bit more, you can see some of the features that it has. So it's got, of course, the internal and external speakers, and it's also compatible with earphones. And here's a little bit more information about what else it has. So it looks pretty good. I guess we'll go ahead and add that one to the cart. I think the next item that we wanted to try to look for is the REM pod. So we'll go ahead and type that up here and see what we find. And just like the other one, there's a lot of different options. This one is the one that I see most people use, so we'll go ahead and go with that one. Again, you can see what it is and how it works. So it has this EMF energy that it uses. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Again, here's some of the details about it, as far as like the temperature detection and some of the LEDs on it. So we'll go ahead and add that one as well. Go ahead and continue shopping. And then I think the last item we wanted to try to look for is a cat ball. I know we had bought one in store, but we wanted to go ahead and get one on the site as well, so that way we can compare the two when we start hunting. So once we load in here, this is probably the most simple one out of everything. It just has this red button on the top, from what it looks like. Scroll down here a little bit, and we can see that it uses motion to activate. Looks pretty simple. Go ahead and add that one to the cart as well. All right, so here you can see everything that we want to start with. Just the basics, the essentials, really. We don't need to go too overboard right now because we're just getting started, but yeah, everything looks good. I like that. I like everything that we have. So we'll just go ahead and check out here.
Who is that?
What the fuck?
Order for haunted as fuck?
What the fuck?
First and more importantly, our free keychain. Ew. Alright, what's this? Directions. Who needs that? Alright, so here we got our PSB 7 Pro. This is our spirit box. I guess there's no tape on it or anything. Weird flex, but okay. Here we go. And it came with batteries. I think adulting means you're actually looking forward to not having to buy separate batteries for anything. So we're going to set this to the side. We got our cat ball. As you guys know, and as we mentioned, we actually got actual cat balls. We got this one just so we can try to compare. And we have our REM pod. Let's take a quick look at her. Hello. Alright, here she is, y'all. Also came with the battery. Win's win, y'all. So here we have it. We have our REM pod, our spirit box, and our motion censored cat ball. Alright, this is nothing important, unless you really like paper. Alright, so what this is this is going to be the camera that we're using for whenever we're doing night vision things. So, let's see if we can get that in there. Like we said, trying to be transparent with y'all. Alright, and last box. Pull this up. Alright guys, here are the headphones we're going to be using for whenever we do the Estes method. And it's just your regular schmegular AirPod Maxes. Alright guys. Alright you guys, so here we have all of the equipment that we'll be using. We have cat balls. Y'all saw us get that at our local store. We have REM pod, spirit box, other specifically for ghost cat ball. We have our headphones for the Estes, and we have our night vision cam.
So now that you guys know who we are and know the equipment that we're using and our plan, here is a short clip of what you guys have to look forward to. Is there anything in here with us? Here.
I'm here. If you come and get close to it, we'll know that you're here.
Do you know who we are? Ryan?
Dude, Ryan. I heard him say Ryan.
Did you?
You're just what? There's two of you? Who's the other person?
You're gonna know sooner or later.
He's first. Let's turn some fucking lights on.